Hello, hi, I'm Cassie, and I am a survivor advocate. I'm currently reading my speech that I spoke at the S.T.E.P for Freedom event hosted by Chris with Compassion Washington. All right. My involvement in bringing awareness during the World Cup is deeply personal. As a survivor of significant trauma and exploitation, I had to overcome fear and disengage from the belief that I was damaged to my core and beyond redemption. And yet today I stand here fully redeemed, and God has restored me from pitiful to powerful, from coward to conqueror, and from victim to victor. I became connected to Christine and Compassion Ministries just recently, but she was the jail chaplain that led me to Jesus when I was 19 years old. I truly believe my mission and purpose is to help women rediscover their God-given identity after being trapped, silenced, forced, groomed, and lost. To the young girl who no longer sees herself the way God created her to be, because all she can see is her abuser, her situation, her circumstance, I was her. It looked like it began with me searching for love, searching for belonging, searching for someone to finally tell me that I mattered. That someone was dangerous, studied my wounds, and used them. I became so disconnected from my identity that everything about me was fabricated. Fake age, fake name, fake life. And another of the greatest fears I carried wasn't even the abuse itself. It was whether anyone would believe me if I told the truth. So my secrets kept me sick, and I hid behind guilt and shame. I recently filed a lawsuit through Backpage remissions claims, and during that process, I had to go back and read the legal discovery that documented the exploitation I experienced. And as I read through it, I saw how many times I lied, covered up, and protected the very man who was exploiting me. That's the part people don't always understand. Trauma impacted the way I thought. Fear was the only way I knew how to respond, and all my decisions were based off survival. My mom suggested I be locked up because she knew I knew right from wrong. The officers told her, no, she's a victim. My mom didn't fully understand either and was terrified of getting a phone call that would devastate any mother. She was terrified of losing her daughter. It was another attempt to keep me safe and off the streets. I would like to personally thank the Lakewood Police Department, who responded to information from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I appreciate that there were officers there who saw beyond my behavior and recognized my vulnerability. I expected everyone to know what I was going through and feel sympathy for me. When my behaviors were blamed on recklessness and carelessness, I resented and rebelled more. My trafficker was arrested for promoting prostitution of a minor. I was so convinced he loved me, I paid for his attorney and continued working to keep money on his books. He was charged with promoting prostitution, did not have to register as a sex offender, and sentenced to a year in prison. And when he got out, he waited until I turned 18 and bought me a one-way ticket to Florida. I was told he had started his own legit business and I would be taken care of. I spent 8 months alone and isolated in a hotel room with only strangers visiting me, and I was too embarrassed to call home and too ashamed to ask for help. But God was ready to execute my escape plan. I was arrested in an undercover prostitution sting and spent the weekend in Orlando jail. One of the men who visited me quite often bailed me out and bought me a plane ticket home. My trafficker found me, took my phone, and I missed my flight. My final desperate attempt was calling a friend from home who stole someone's credit card to buy me a Greyhound ticket. It took 8 days for me to get home. No shower, what little money I had was stolen, and I was nearly kidnapped in Dallas. You cannot imagine the relief I experienced hugging my mom at the Seattle bus station. So now God has whispered into my heart, stop, drop, and go. Go and say, go and do, go and be my hands and feet. He's given me boldness and opportunity for Jesus to be preached amidst families with broken homes, little girls afraid to speak up, mothers in abusive relationships, and young women just searching for love. And after all the healing I've done, this part makes me emotional. Through self-discovery, personal growth and development seminars, and intense behavior modification programs, I can tell you the most meaningful healing that has happened for me has come from safety, connection, church, recovery, and mentorship. Because ultimately, every connection I've made has become another way God reaches people. So become trustworthy, compassionate, and willing to listen without immediate judgment. That's when people like me and Angelia step forward and we all lift others out of darkness. And I'll end with this. If God did it for me, he can do it for anyone. There is nothing he does not see, nothing he cannot heal, no person too broken, no life too far gone. My efforts will include a survivor life group, heights and depths of righteousness. Because there is no height nor depth, he will not go to rescue us, and he is our righteousness. This will be once a month at Adorned Boutique, a safe place for healing, where women can develop in prayer, speak life over their circumstance, and discover their identity in Jesus, because he is the way, the truth, and the life.